Hi, I'm Sandy Schreck for LBR Educates. As we see the growing demand still continue for those earth tone shades of roses and stuff, what we're looking at today is elevating that a little bit more by adding some contrasting colors. When I sell weddings and events, I like to sell a variety of different roses to be able to create visual interest throughout the bouquet. So on here, we have a couple new expression roses, the coral expression and the cream expression rose, and then adding in some of that purple tones. But so you can see how that livens up those earth shades a little bit and kind of takes it to the next level. And so we have some arrangements here that were actually made for weddings and events. So what we're seeing, rather than just the low caterpillar type arrangements that are running down the table, we're seeing more depth and dimension through those. And by using those alternative varieties of roses, it'll create visual interest throughout the piece. And you can see that we have some depth created with the different pieces. We have some line flowers, some purple delphinium in here, and some stock coming in, and then the agonis with that darker color, and then adding in some of the shiny berries that we have coming in from the burgundy hypericum. But here are the different size brick trays that are available. So they come in singles, doubles, and triples, and depending on your length of table, you're able to utilize those to fit any length. As you're creating your recipes for those, what you do is figure out what goes in one brick, and you do your recipe by one brick. Bricks are 11 inches long, and that recipe you can essentially say is for like a foot. So if you have an 8-foot table, you take that multiplier of what fits in one brick and multiply it by the length of the table. And so here you can see this is a double brick tray, and this is a double brick tray as well too. So this is elevated in one of the accent decor metal risers, and then we used some of the cochias green to be able to add some greens down on the table. So this is something that doesn't need a water source, and it's great for weddings and events to add that deeper, richer color rather than that more sagey color that we've seen from the eucalyptus, but adds that richer and deeper color. Another way to be able to utilize them is to do the drop. And so on here, what we've done is I have a double brick tray, and then at the end of it, I drilled a hole and put a zip tie. And then the drop is on a 30-inch piece of wood with an eye hook on the top. And then I attached a triple brick tray to that. And then we just added a single down on the bottom just to finish it off. And so you can make that in 2 pieces. You have the zip tie in your double brick tray that's going to be on the end before you make your arrangement. So when you get on site, you just zip that tie right to that eye hook, and then you're able to easily make that drop ahead of time and just go into the on-site installation and set it up real easy. And you can see those same color tones that we brought in, some of the expression roses that are like the garden-like rose, and then some of the other roses that are in those tints, tones, and shades of those sand colors, but some other shades brought in to just elevate it and adding that lavender into those sand colors. So I'm Sandy Schreck for LBR Educates, and I hope I've inspired you to create some fabulous florals.